Hi ladies, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. So I've got my yellow top on today. I love the color yellow. This isn't my favorite color yellow. I really like just a really sunny, like lemon yellow. It's always been my favorite color. My bedroom was yellow when I was a little girl, and I love the color yellow. It just makes me happy. But I never wear the color yellow. I don't own, well, besides this and now one other top, I never purchased the color yellow. And you probably have never seen me wearing yellow here on my channel. And that's because I always thought I looked terrible in it. I don't know where I got the idea, but I thought it's not my color. I don't look good in it. And I'm not going to wear yellow, even though I love the color. But I recently saw an interview with the actress Jessica Chastain, and she has similar coloring to mine, and she was wearing this really beautiful yellow top, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. So she sort of inspired me. Well, she definitely inspired me to purchase a yellow top, two of them. One has long sleeves and one is sleeveless, like with a turtleneck. I was also very inspired by her makeup look in that interview. So I wanted to do a video for you. And I know that I told you I was going to do a part 2 to my Lancome video where I reviewed the foundation recently. And I did film that and I have it ready to go. But I thought that I would do a drugstore get ready with me first because I really wanted to do this look. And it's affordable, accessible makeup that, you know, we're all happy to find really great drugstore products. So I was going to use some of my best loved drugstore brands in this video. And if you'd like me to, I'll still open up the Lancome video tonight or tomorrow. It's ready to go. But I know that Lancome is very expensive. Some of you even like lamented to me in the comment section, and I totally get it. Prices are astronomical in makeup. You know, I've said before that I used to think $40 or $45 was expensive to purchase like an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette or a MAC, like a larger MAC palette or an Urban Decay palette. And then all these brands came out where they're larger palettes like Huda Beauty, Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath are like $125 for their large palettes. And those other two brands are like $65. It's crazy. It's like, and then they released the mini palettes of like 5 pans or 4 pans for like $29. So we're kind of getting less for more money. So we pay more and get less is the way things are going right now with inflation. And it's not just in our makeup, it's everywhere. One of my favorite burger restaurants has now like made my favorite meal like $7 more expensive, but all the portions are really tiny now. And like, I totally noticed it. I said to my husband, I'm like, is this a joke? Did they put me on a diet? So yeah, I'm noticing it everywhere. Gas, groceries, utilities, our taxes have gone up. We just got our tax bill. Of course, our taxes went up. Restaurants, clothing, makeup, everything is going up. So when I find some really good drugstore products, even drugstore products have gone up in price, but they are still affordable and they still are accessible. And if you're a makeup lover like I am, and if you're here, I'm assuming you are, you want to know what's great from the drugstore too. And I do too, because I'm really trying to do not a no buy, but a low buy where I'm not really buying a lot from Sephora and the Ulta side of the luxury side of Ulta. You know how it's split in two. You've got your drugstore and then you've got your like higher end stuff. And I'm trying to use up what I have because I do have a ton of makeup. So it won't stifle what I'm trying to do is get ready and share makeup with you. So anyways, I'm going to put this get ready with me together and release it today for you so you can see sort of like a Jessica Chastain makeup look from that video. I know I don't look anything like Jessica Chastain except our coloring, but I thought if she can wear it, I can wear it too. So, and so can you, all my little redheaded, fair-skinned ladies out there who watch me. Let's just all wear our yellow. All wear yellow, and we could all just wear whatever color makes us feel good, even if it isn't our best color. You might just find out that it is after you wear it for a while. So anyways, let's just jump in and get started. Okay, I'm just going to jump in and I'm going to be applying CoverGirl Outlast foundation, and I wear the shade 805 Ivory. And for the past several years, I've really liked this foundation in the summertime. It has a nice glass bottle and it has a pump, and it is waterproof and transfer resistant, and it feels really lightweight on the skin. This is like my winter color. I probably could have gone with Natural Ivory, I think is the name of the one that is better for me for summer when I'm self-tanning. But as I blend it in and apply my other facial products on top, you won't even notice that the foundation's a little light. And I really don't mind, because I really haven't been self-tanning since I got back from vacation. So everything is, like if my neck was showing in my chest, everything is really white. My arms are really white too. So my boys had prom last weekend, and I had mentioned that to you, and some of you asked me how it went. So I'll tell you that they had a wonderful time. They were out till 3 in the morning. That was their curfew, because after prom, they have a post-prom at their high school. And I went on Friday and helped decorate the school and transform it into like, I think it was called Enchanted Sea, and it was like a sea theme. So it was really cute. So many people went they were so creative in making everything. We had like these big tarps that we had to hang up that had like fish all over them, and octopus or octopi. I don't know what you call just one octopus. And it was just so nice. Every wall in a certain area of the high school, like the gym, the cafeteria, and the hallway leading to both, all the walls were covered. I mean, people went like crazy. I did volunteer just for like a 5-hour stint on Friday helping decorate, but I think next year I'm going to like maybe join the committee and get a little more involved, because I think it's such a good thing that they do. They keep the kids off the street after prom. They have something fun to do, and it's just a really good thing. And that ended at 2 a.m. So then I told my boys, like I said in my last video, I think I had them drop off all our friends and then come home, and they did. And they were like really wired, but really tired and really excited because they had so much fun. So thank you for everyone who asked. And so that foundation gives me a soft matte coverage, which is my preferred formula, a soft matte, because I do have an oily T-zone. Even though I'm 54, I still get a lot of oil breaking through on my forehead and on my chin, and you know, a little bit right here. Not so much right here anymore. That's kind of changed when I hit 50, but still my forehead and my eyes get really oily. It's so weird. But I really like that just one pump will give me a really good coverage. And like I said, it's soft matte, and it lasts all day, like Outlast. The name is true. It will look beautiful until you wash it off. If you are really dry skinned and you have some flaking and peeling, like really dry skinned, I don't think you'll like this one, just because if you do have really dry skin, I think it might just accentuate flakes and dryness. So I'm not sure. If any of you with really dry skin have tried this, can you let us know down in the comment section, so those of you who haven't tried it can read and find out if it works well for very dry skin. But I'm only one person with only one skin type, and it works really great for me. I'm just putting on a little Milani eyelid primer. I really like Milani's eyelid primer for priming my eyes. It's a great drugstore eyelid primer, and it is hydrating. It doesn't dry out my lids, and it just feels really nice and kind of silky. So for my eyeshadow, I'm going to use one of the new smaller palettes from Milani, the Gilded Minis, and they look just like the Most Wanted palettes, except they say Gilded Mini, where the older palettes, the Most Wanted palettes, don't say that. And they are both still available. So this is one of the Gilded Minis, and this is in Whiskey Business, and it's an all matte palette. So I was really excited about this. I always get excited about a new all matte palette because I've always say it on my channel that I miss the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, which was an all matte palette. It was beautiful. I used it all the time, and I'm always looking for something that I can achieve the same kind of look. It had like a really cool toned matte look. Then it had a warmer one, or kind of neutral, and then it had a really warm all matte look. So there were 3 like individual sections, and of course you could use them interchangeably, but that palette was amazing. I would do anything, well, not anything. I really wish they would bring that palette back. It was such a good palette. This looks like it might work to achieve the same kind of look. So I'm gonna go with the first color right here, the really light shade. It's like a creamy, like sort of a French vanilla shade. You know how French vanilla almost looks like a little bit more yellow compared to like vanilla bean ice cream. That's the way I think of it. This is like a slightly kind of maybe some yellow undertones in it. And I'm just putting it on the inner corner. So now that prom is all finished and I returned the boys' tuxes yesterday and that chapter is over for my eldest son. He's a senior. So now we're heading into graduation, and there's a lot of graduation things coming up. So it's just like a busy time of year. He had a band concert, his very last band concert yesterday, and he plays the trumpet, and it was really nice. So all the lasts, it makes me a little bit sad. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And I'm gonna do my crease and kind of like in the outer corner here. I'm gonna keep this look pretty simple. And I just have a fluffy blending brush. It's not a crease brush. And I just find that this is a good way to get the shadow down and blend it out very easily. And these don't really have a lot of kick up at all. Like there's nothing underneath my eye. I was telling my husband something that's been happening to me a lot lately is when I'm in the grocery store or Target and I see a woman walking with a little kid. It brings me back to when I was doing that with my kids, and it makes me really sad. It's like I almost want to cry. I feel so like I'm just mourning the fact that all my kids are mostly grown up. My youngest will be a senior next year, so he has 1 more year of high school before he goes off to college. And like my 2 daughters, one is still in college. She has 1 more year. And my eldest is 25 and she's out on her own. And it's just like they just, as you probably know if you have kids, they become more and more and more independent, and it's such a blessing, but at the same time, it's kind of bittersweet in a lot of ways. Okay, now I'm going to take this fluffy brush right here, and I'm going to go into this like chocolatey color right here. And I'm just putting the littlest bit onto the brush and tapping it off because I don't want this to be like too overwhelming. And I'm just doing the outer corner. This is where a lot of women like to make that V, and I just don't even mess around with that anymore. I just go in and pack the color on and blend it out, because once I do the V and I start blending, I find that it looks the same way anyway. So this is really pretty. It kind of reminds me of the kind of neutral look of the Kat Von D palette. This is not a cool palette, but it's definitely more neutral, sort of leaning cool. I wish that they'd make another one that's all mattes and just with the warmer tones in it. And then with the 2 palettes, I'd have almost like, it would be like the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. There's a cardinal outside my window, a bright red cardinal that's always in my yard. I actually named him a couple of years ago. I call him Boris, and there's a female cardinal that's always with him, and her name is Helga, and they're so sweet. They're always like out there. I feed them, so they're always out there. Now I'm going to use a little bit of the CoverGirl Outlast concealer, and this is a really nice, creamy, waterproof concealer. And I'm not sure what shade mine is. It's probably one of the lightest. I'm just going to apply this with my fingers. I'm just going to pat that in, being careful not to like tug my skin. I'm just going to use a slanted brush like this, and I'm going to go in with the very darkest color and see if I can use that as an eyeliner. If it's not dark enough, I might apply a separate eyeliner. I have like a good liquid eyeliner that has been around for a while, and I stopped using it for some reason, like when it ran out, and I didn't repurchase it, so I just repurchased it and I'm in love again. I should just use it to show you. This is really pretty. It's just like a nice, really dark brown. And my goal is to just line my lash line and make my my mascara look better. I feel like if I line it here with a really dark color or eyeliner, then my mascara looks, it just looks better. So are you guys getting really excited for summer? I feel like spring was really kind of gloomy and rainy and cold here. We had a really bad winter in terms of weather, gloomy and freezing cold. And our spring is like just starting. Everything's starting to bloom and blossom, and all the trees are green and the grass is really green. And so I think we're just gonna head right into like more summer weather. I'm not sure. You know, you just never know what you're gonna get anymore weather-wise. You know, everyone's weather is so different than it's ever been before. You know, it's snowing in places where it never snowed. And I don't know, I feel like the Midwest though is gonna end up being like a really temperate climate eventually. I mean, lots of years from now, but I feel like that's the way it's heading because of the extremes on the coasts. And that's my opinion for whatever it's worth. I'm not a meteorologist or a weather person at all, but I don't know. I just have a feeling. Okay, I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Eyeliner for my upper lash line. This is a liquid eyeliner, and it's got this really fine tip, and I think it's a felt tip. I think it's a felt tip. It's hard to tell, because you know, sometimes when it's a brush, you can see the bristles, and I can't see that. So anyway, it's super easy to use. I just hug my lash line, get to the end, and just kind of flick up. And look how easy that was. All right, I'm gonna do the other one off camera. So this eyeliner is super affordable from Wet n Wild, and it is one of the easiest eyeliners I've ever used for creating that line in the little wing. And I think it's waterproof, it lasts all day, you won't have to touch it up. And if you'd like to thicken up your line after you first draw it and create like thicker eyeliner than I have on, it's really easy to just go over it and build it up. I mean, it's really kind of hard to make a mistake with this eyeliner. I just want to keep my brows really easy today, so I'm just going to use my Anastasia brow gel, and this is in the shade Caramel, I believe, and it matches my hair really well, and it's not really good for like drawing more brows on, but it's really good for filling in gaps and just kind of fluffing up your brows and making them look natural and just better. And it's a gel, so like it kind of dries down and freezes them in place. I'm just taking a smudger brush, and I'm going to go in with the color that I put in the crease and just pick up a little bit of color and tap it off on my paper towel so I don't have too much. And I'm just gonna blow out my lower lash line with that, just kind of like smudge it beneath my lower lash line. So do you guys have any plans this summer, or are you making any plans for the summer? Sky High Mascara from Maybelline, my favorite mascara. I like it in the Cosmic Black or the Blackest Black. I don't really know how they're different. I think the Cosmic Black is supposed to be I don't know, a little bit blacker. I don't know, but I can't tell the difference. So whichever you like. It does have a very flexible brush that some people might not like. Like, look, it's super bendy, but once you get used to using it, it's really not a problem. If you're used to using a really firm brush though, it might be a little bit like difficult at first. I just don't put a lot of pressure. Like, I don't really like go in there fast and hard. I just take my time. But this mascara never fails me. It stays put all day, never smears, always looks wonderful. So we have a wedding to go to in July, and it's gonna be out of town. So we're gonna stay for the weekend in a hotel or an Airbnb or something. My husband's trying to figure that out right now. It's in the town where he went to college. So it's a small town. So he's making the arrangements for that, but it's a really fun town. There's a lot of state parks and stuff around there. So it's fun to go hiking and things like that. It is going to be in July, so I hope it's not going to be too hot. And it's south of where we live, so it'll be even warmer. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll have fun no matter what. It'll just be nice to get away, and all of us will be there. My husband, I, and our 4 kids, and all of our extended family. So it's going to be a great time. So I'm going to use a cream blush from Milani. Usually when I see people use blushes from Milani on their channels, they usually grab one of the baked blushes because those are so good. They've released these cream blushes not too long ago, maybe a year ago, and this is a Nude Kiss. And I think this is one of the darkest ones, but it's so pretty, even on like somebody as fair as me. So I just go like this. It's super duper creamy and easy to blend out. I mean, I definitely want to get more of these because it lasts all day. It doesn't like disappear into your skin as the day goes on, and you don't need to touch it up or reapply it. And like I said, I do have more of an oily skin type. So I think like if it was going to kind of disappear on someone, it would be me. But no, it lasts. And it's really nice. And it's really nice in the winter months too, because it's so creamy and kind of hydrating. It doesn't have like any sparkle to it or anything like that. It's just sort of like a matte finish. And I like a lot of blush. If you watch me, you know I go a little bit heavy-handed with my blush, but I will blend it out after I get as much on as I want. I've been neglecting my cream bronzers ever since I got this fluffy bronzer brush from the Sephora collection. I got this not too long ago and I absolutely love it. Some of you asked me if I'm still loving it because the Sephora sale just ended and some of you wanted to pick it up, and I got this before the sale and I do love it. I love it so much that I have been, like I said, neglecting my cream blushes in favor of powder formulas. And this one is a favorite of mine from L'Oreal, and it's the True Match Lumi Bronze It, and it looks like this. I've had this for so long and it seems like I just can't like make a dent in it. You know, you use so little, and I don't know that I'll ever get through this whole giant thing of bronzer. I'm gonna try though. I've been using up so many products just by like using the same products over and over, like when I'm not making a video for you guys, just like finding some makeup looks that I wear every single day. And it's been helping me get through a lot of products and kind of streamlining my makeup collection. And so this brush is not good if you like to contour because obviously it's so fluffy. But what I like about it is I bronze now, like I kind of contour up high now instead of going right beneath my cheeks, because I don't want to go beneath my cheeks and make my face look more sculpted because I'm older and I think that can just be aging. But if I go up higher, I feel like it makes a smaller space between like this area. It kind of gives the illusion of a smaller space, and I kind of like the way it looks. So I kind of just bronzed over my blush. You can put your blush on after your bronzer, but I don't know, that's just the way I do it. e.l.f. Halo Glow for a setting powder. I love this, it's so beautiful. I just tap a little bit out into the lid and then I just use this giant brush from Real Techniques. It's different than this one because this one's obviously, you can see this one's wider and more fluffy for powdering. And I just kind of go down the places on my face where I get oily. My T-zone. Now I'm going to go in with my highlighter, and this one's from Wet n Wild. It's a really good one. One of you recommended this to me like a year ago, maybe over a year ago, and it's so pretty. It's like from Wet n Wild, but it feels like it's kind of high end. And I'm just going to use a small stippling brush from Morphe because I have to go a little bit light-handed with this, but it's very effective for creating a really beautiful highlight. And just do like the tops, like the apples, the top above my bronzer and slightly above my blush, kind of into my apple a little bit. I hope you can see that. It's such a pretty glow. Tip of my nose. Now I'm going to pick it up with an eyeshadow brush, and I am going to use this just for like the inner corner here for a little bit of sparkle in the inner corner. Since everything is matte, it's nice to have a little bit of sparkle right there. And then arch of the brow again. For my lipstick, I'm going to go in with a shimmery lipstick from L'Oreal, and it's number 417 Peach Fuzz. I think since everything is matte, my blush, my eyeshadow, I did add a little bit of shimmer with the highlighter, but not much. And so I think I'd like a lipstick that has a little bit of shimmer to it, and this is how it looks. I'll swatch it on my hand for you as well. And it's just a kind of a peachy, golden shimmer shade. It's so pretty. So I'm just gonna put this on without any lip liner. And I do like L'Oreal lipsticks a lot. They're like my favorite drugstore lipsticks. They have such an extensive range, and I have so many favorites in my collection. So I did want to show you that if you want something a little bit deeper than what I have on, I'm going to compare this to another color. So I did show you the Peach Fuzz, peach with gold shimmer, what I have on right now. But number 444, Tropical Coral, is also a really beautiful shade, and I'm going to compare it. It's deeper, but it will still look like equally beautiful. It's pinker, so it does have a lot more pink tones in it, but it also works really well with this kind of neutrally warm makeup look. That's what I would call it. I feel like it's kind of a nudie, neutral makeup look for summer. And I've got the long wear foundation on. Everything that I have on, I know will stay put and last all day, even if it's a really hot day in the summer. So I'm gonna take my hair down and bring you in close. I will list all the products that I used down in the description box, and I will list my shade also, so that way if you have similar coloring to me, you'll know, it might help you a little bit with your shade. But like I said, with the foundation, I think I would go, I'll link my shade that I like in the summer months, since we're heading into the summer. So thank you for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed this affordable, easily accessible makeup review and get ready with me. And I hope that you will have a blessed and beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.